it's been a very good day, Martha. The inn is full. All the rooms are taken, all but one, that is, and I am reserving that for a very special guest.
I'm glad that you are pleased, Ethan.
Well, you don't seem very much pleased. We're making all kinds of money, and travelers have been flocking here all week on their way to Bethlehem to pay their taxes. And some of those people are real important. And you just sit here staring into space.
I'm watching that donkey.
Watching a donkey? What's so unusual about a donkey? Dozens of them pass this way every day.
But this little beast seems so weak and tired. He's just limping along. Look at that poor man leading him. And there's a woman on the donkey's back.
Some peddlers, probably. What they're doing out here at this time of night, I don't know. Most citizens are asleep in bed.
They're stopping near the stable. He's helping the woman off the donkey's back.
Well, I don't want them hanging around my property. They better not come here hawking their wares. I'll send for the soldiers if they do.
The woman is sitting at the side of the road. Her face is buried in her hands. She seems ill.
Well, that's none of our business. We have more important things to do than waste our time gawking at some miserable creatures on the highway.
Ethan, she looks like she needs help, and I'm going to go help her.
She's nothing better to do than run after those poor vagabonds on the highway. With an inn full of people to tend to, too. Well, here's another one of those vagabonds. What do you want, old man?
Shelter for the night, I beg of you.
There's no room in our inn.
I do not expect a room at the inn. I only ask for some corner of your stable for a few hours.
Are you prepared to pay well for it?
I have no money, except what I brought from my taxes.
We don't harbor beggars here.
I am no beggar. I'm just a poor man in desperate need. And my wife, well, she's too ill to travel further. We have come all the way from Nazareth.
that is not much of a recommendation in Bethlehem. We are in the habit of saying that no good can come out of Nazareth.
Please, sir, my wife is too ill to go on. We have no place to lay our heads.
Well, that is no concern of mine. You have heard me now. Leave this inn at once, or I'm going to call the soldiers.
Oh, yes, sir.
Impudent rogue, standing there arguing with me after I told him that there was no place. Now, what is it?
I was sent by King Herod to visit your inn.
I am honored, sir. I am at your service.
We are searching Bethlehem for a newborn child. 3 persons, calling themselves wise men, informed the king that he was to be born in this village. They said that this child was going to be a king. Herod's alarmed. Is there such a child here?
There is no child whatsoever here. We don't accept children as guests. They are too disturbing.
Nevertheless, I must search the premises. It's my duty to carry out Herod's orders.
Suit yourself, sir.
Oh, Ethan, she was so pitiful. I just couldn't bear the thought of her traveling the highways tonight. And she was heavy with child. I settled them in the stable.
What? Do you realize what you've done? You've deprived us of considerable income. Tonight, a place in the straw is worth as much as one of my finest rooms.
Ethan, you would profit from human suffering? And we yet have the best room in the inn vacant, waiting for your special guest. May God forgive you.
Forgive me. Forgive me for what? For being an enterprising innkeeper? Sir, did you find any children?
No, innkeeper, save it was the one that is being born in the stable. But that old man and destitute woman certainly don't look like royalty. No king will ever come from them. I bid you good night.
Ethan, I've been watching that star. It just suddenly appeared, and it appears to be resting right over our stable.
What star? You mean that star? Why, it looks just like a million others. Nothing special about it.
And I was thinking of an old prophecy which says that out of Bethlehem will come forth one who is to be ruler of Israel. What if that child is to be born here?
You are much too gullible, dear. The only thing that will ever come forth out of Bethlehem is the demand for taxes. Don't let your mind dwell on those old prophecies. Think of the future. We'll soon have enough to build an addition. When that happens, our inn will be the finest in the empire, and these rooms will be filled by the rich and mighty. What in the world is that caterwauling? Why do those good-for-nothing shepherds have to disturb the peace of my guests? I'll get a soldier!
Oh, Ethan, it's a beautiful song. I'll get you something warm to drink. Perhaps that'll settle you down.
Now, what do you want?
We followed the star.
What star, idiot?
That star above your stable. We followed it all the way down from the hills. It moved right before us.
Well, follow it off my premises.
We can't. Don't you see? It has stopped right above your stable, just as the angel told us it would do.
Angel? What angel?
While we were in the fields, keeping watch over our sheep, an angel appeared to us. We were very afraid, but the angel said, "Fear not, for I bring you good tidings of great joy."
What foolishness! The only angel you heard was in your befuddled brain.
But the angel said we would find him here.
Find him? Who?
The king.
Get out of here, numbskull. The only king you'll ever find here is the king of the dunces. You'll find him right among yourselves.
I'll go, but we'll be back.
Stupid beast. Waste my time talking about angels and kings and stars that move and then stand still.
Oh, Ethan, I beg of you, act before it is too late.
Act? What do you mean? What would you have me do?
Move that poor woman and her husband into your royal chambers.
Have you completely lost your mind? You would ruin my reputation for running the most exclusive inn in Bethlehem. I suppose you'd have me move the donkey in the royal chambers, too. Now, looks like that visitor is coming, too. Now, here comes a visitor fit for my best room. Good evening, sir.
We seek a child who is just born.
There's no child here, gentlemen, except the child of two vagrants who was just born in the stable.
Yes, that's the one we seek.
Surely, sir, you do but jest. They are but miserable beggars from Nazareth. And
their son is the King of Kings.
the King of Kings? I never knew.
Well, you should have known. A shepherd told me that he informed you of the coming of the king, but you drove him off.
How could I know he was telling the truth? The parents, they were dressed like vagrants.
Oh, you of little faith. Think of the glory that might have been yours if you had more faith in your fellow man. You could have been the first to serve the king.
Is it too late to serve him now? Isn't there something that I can do to make up for it?
Well, yes, there is one thing. The greatest gift that any man can offer.
And what is that?
Yourself.
And how can I do that?
By taking less thought of yourself and more of others. By seeing to it that there is always room at your inn for some weary traveler without money or friends. And above all, by finding room in your heart for the king.